The most important case, I think, one of the most important cases, is called the Big Sur incident. There's a man named Dr. Bob Jacobs. In 1964, he was stationed at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, and he was the head of a photographic team. They had a telescopic camera they photographed missile launches through. And one day in September of 64, they were just filming this rocket launch, this missile launch. And when they got back to base, Dr. Jacobs was called into a man named Florenz Mansman, Major Florenz Mansman's office, and a projector was set up, and there were two guys in gray suits sitting in the room, not saying much. And the major said, "Lieutenant Jacobs, watch this." And Jacobs was stunned to see that when the dummy nuclear warhead separated from the missile shortly thereafter, a bright point of light came in out of nowhere and circled the warhead and flashed four different beams of light at it before racing away. Whereupon the warhead began tumbling and fell into the Pacific Ocean, hundreds of miles short of its target. Now, Major Mansman rather, told Jacobs, this never happened. Don't ever mention this again. Bob Jacobs kept his silence until the early 80s. He finally wrote an article in a magazine about it, and at which point he began getting death threats over the telephone. They actually even blew up his rural mailbox at one point as they were talking to him over the phone. So he and his wife were threatened with death after he went public with this story about a UFO shooting down a nuclear warhead. Backing up, at the time, Major Mansman, it was not known for 20 years, but Major Mansman has admitted in writing that he did a frame by frame analysis of the film using a magnifier. And this little point of light on the film that circled the warhead was actually a disc shaped object with a dome. And he could see enough detail that before each flash of light, the four beams of light occurred, this object pivoted on its vertical axis, fired the beam, and pivoted back. So he could see a wealth of detail, not only about its shape, but its actions.